I'm author J.P. Moss, also known as Jason Moss. I am the author of the Kind Fairy Adventures series of books outselling today on market stores and online. I'm also a researcher of the paranormal, and I have some background in investigative work and science, and I'm also what's called an experiencer. That's someone that has experienced paranormal events and activities and things like this, and they might write about it. I try to take a very balanced approach to sharing what I've experienced in my life without shocking the public too much, because I have read the messages of many people. There's a problem in public relations in sharing something about seeing the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot. There's a right way and a wrong way. But I found in this subject of the paranormal, UFO research and things like that, there really is no right or wrong. You just have to put it out there. Sadly, it's like putting a gun to your head and you're getting rid of your credibility with other areas of your life. So if you want to be taken seriously about something else, you're not going to be listened to. In the words of Dr. David Jacobs, the researcher, he said in an interview once on radio, he said that this is a downer subject, because anybody that gets into this does not get, you don't get girlfriends, you don't make a lot of money off your books. My paranormal books, Beniko of the Sasani, is a non-profit charitable book. The proceeds of that book will go towards battered women's shelters and abused wives, abused girlfriends, and abused girls. You have to read the book to understand why that would be the case. I can make a public, I can show publicly the account record to show that the money transacts to those organizations. Aside from that, I'm also, this isn't my whole life, okay? I have many aspects to my life which are, that's an ongoing experience in my life. That is something that is ongoing with me in my life, yes. But there's also something else in my life which has been taking place and has been going since the day I was born. And what you might argue, why would it matter now that she's passed away? But I am a son of actress Annette Funicello. There's not a lot to say about this. This isn't something that's going to come up with anything new. It's a tragedy. I'm an orphan, and I was orphaned through the corruption of the American government in the 1970s, which befell Hollywood at the time, long ago. And although it's not mass media, Annette wasn't the only actress this happened to, by the way. I have a list of names of other actresses very well known to the world, who are still very much alive, who had children at the time, and it was reported in their biographies in the 1970s that they lost those kids, that they died. They're not dead, they're just lost, they're out there. There was a lot of corruption in the Central Intelligence Agency in the 1970s. And this corruption resulted in baby stealing. And these people were worth millions of dollars. And some of these agents wanted a fast buck, because apparently a lot of them have a job. They have two jobs, Mafia and CIA. And they decided that they were going to make some money off Annette and her husband Jack. Well, it didn't work out that way. I ended up getting raised in Texas. Annette brought the story to me in the 1990s, but was crushed off and stopped, dead cold stop by the CIA in the 1990s. That said, Nothing more to say about that, really. I've said a lot about it on another YouTube account where I've shared a lot of extensive details of what she brought me and what she told me. She went off to write her biography and left me completely out of it. She didn't have a choice. And aside from the fact that the family, the surviving family, some of their friends, some of their contacts are on Facebook with me, and I share everything on Facebook, friends of friends, and so the descendants of Annette, the 3 known kids everyone knows about, are in fact reading everything I'm putting out there and have seen my videos on YouTube. I have reached out and made contact with them. I've met them before many years ago. When she was coming to me, engaging me, I met them too. Now they're not talking, and they probably won't. You need to also know, before I end that segment here about the Annette situation, very sadly the CIA found that she had found me, and she had found me in the 1970s but couldn't take me home, and she was not going to do anything further with this. But rather than leave her alone, they went after her in the 1980s and sexually trafficked this sweet lady. That's overwhelming, that's shocking, but this was their nature. I'm a very rational, logical, you hear me talking, and you're going to say, why would they do that? I don't know, you ask them, I don't know. CIA Director William Casey ordered the attack against her. If you have any question of that, you can look it up through the Freedom of Information Act, and you can see it for yourself. You can't get the information out of the Freedom of Information Act unless you know what you're asking for. If you're asking for if you put in the right names, you'll get that information. You'll get a lot of information coming back to you. I've got to warn you. Why am I saying this? Well, she wanted me to say this. When they stopped her from bringing me back to California and having a homecoming party for me and having Mickey and Minnie Mouse there and all the whatever, she told me one of the last things she said was, when her life ends, begin talking about this. Well, in accordance with the final wishes of this sweet lady, my mother, this is going to be included in my public addresses. It's something, some mention of this. Oh, and the fact that they are still engaging me. The CIA is still engaging me. I don't know them openly or personally, but I'm still their target. That's what I understand from sources. Not that I've been told this by them anyways. I had an encounter, a confrontation with them in the 90s, around the time Annette was talking to me. So it's a very, very serious situation. Very, very, very extraordinary. Very, very, very serious. And one that again could be resolved. I have written to the President of the United States about this. I've written to Senator Dianne Feinstein about it. Why? Because it's still ongoing. They're still on my back. And in other words, I don't know who I'm going to be dealing with. You could be one of them. So it's going to be difficult to live a productive life being me with these people keeping me under surveillance. Anyways, like I said, thank you for watching my video and subscribing to my channel if you have subscribed to it. I'm also over at JP Moss on YouTube if you want to have a look there. I have saved hundreds of really good videos from YouTube, and likes you may like, music and movies and documentaries on that channel. But as this is connected to the email address authorjpmoss@gmail.com, I thought I'd put a video together and put it out there. But again, like I said, I created, if I haven't said, Facebook, I created the page E.T. Hybrids, which is a dedication page to an encounter that happened long ago in my life with a being, that it was above normal, so I'd call it paranormal. And like I said, it's all covered in a non-profit book, Beniko of the Sasani. And that book is out there. And I'd say I hope you enjoy the read of the book, although it's not a book with a lot of happiness in the account of what happened. I know some people just want to go out and look for something smiling all afternoon, but we live in a real world with real things and real people and real events and real beings, and like car wrecks and train crashes happen every day, so it's not always going to be presented as the life isn't always going to be always come up a bed of roses. But there you go. Thank you for watching.